Hey, what's up everybody? TooTallToby here, and in today's SolidWorks power move, we're going to talk about this error message here. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a shell. I'm trying to remove this face here and this face down here, and I'm running into an error that says the thickness value is greater than the minimum radius of curvature. The shell may succeed, but could cause undesirable results, such as bad geometry. To find the minimum radius of curvature, use tools check. All right, so we hit OK here. We take a look at the results, and it looks like it finished, but if we look on the inside here, we see things are getting a little wrinkly on the inside here, and sometimes it doesn't even go that clean. Sometimes you end up with an actual error in the tree. Probably if I increase this to 8 millimeters, I could get the actual error to show up in the tree. Let's see if we can get this to occur. And then if we look at what's wrong here on this error, it says, let's see here what's wrong. It says, to allow the shell to complete the level of checking between pairs of faces has been reduced. Downstream operations that use this shell's geometry may have problems. So what can we do to address this type of error, and what can we do to figure out what's the biggest shell that we could possibly create without running into these errors and warnings? So to answer this question, I'm just going to go back a little bit. This is one of my favorite things to teach in my advanced SolidWorks part design techniques class, and that is that when you've got two separate bodies, you can blend between them using a loft. And then what you can do is, in the definition of the loft, you can say, don't just make a straight transition. Instead, from the starting profile, use a tangency constraint to these faces, and from the ending profile, use a tangency constraint to these faces. That way you get a nice smooth transition. It's a really quick way to do it as opposed to using guide curves. Now, normally I actually would prefer to go in and use guide curves, but this is a nice quick way to do it. However, when we're done, we run into that issue with the shell. So how can we figure out what the largest possible shell is that we can put onto this thing? Well, the answer to that is we can go to the command evaluate check. And when you go to the command evaluate check, you can say check for the minimum radius of curvature. So imagine you've got a corner here on a part, and then what your goal is to shell this part out so that you end up with this kind of a shape here, and then you want that to run around the corner. Well, basically, the thickest shell you can possibly add is going to be equal to whatever this radius is here. If this radius is 10 millimeters, and you go more than 10 millimeters with your shell, you're going to end up with kind of a sharp corner there. Well, what SolidWorks can do is what SolidWorks is able to do is look at the entire model and figure out where is the tightest radius on the entire model. So if we say check here, what SolidWorks does is it figures out that the tightest radius on the entire model is right here on this face. See, a little trick here is when you zoom in and you rotate, you can click on the results list again. And so it shows you where that tightest radius is on the entire model, but it also tells you what that radius value is. And so if I'm reading this correctly, if that tightest radius on the entire model is 3.5 millimeters, then anything that I do to shell that's under 3.5 should work, and should work without an error. So when I'm done with this here, what I could do is I could launch the shell command, shell, and then I could pick this face here and this face here, and I can say not 8 millimeters, but 3 millimeters, and enter, enter. And look at that, the shell kicks off and doesn't throw any warnings. So that is how you can determine why you're getting those shell errors, and that's how you can get out of it. Now, this isn't always the best solution. You know, if the customer said, hey, I want there to be an 8 millimeter wall thickness, and you go back to them and you say, how about 3 millimeters? Does that work for you? You know, the customer might not like that. And so you might have to figure out what other techniques you can use to smooth out this corner, maybe smooth it out with some guide curves, or maybe take this face here and actually split this face so that you end up with a more reliable connection point between those two loft profiles. But we can talk about that in another video. And if you enjoyed today's SolidWorks power move and you learned a little bit about using the command evaluate check to determine where the minimum radius of curvature is, and to use that to help you create better shells in your models, well, if you enjoyed all that, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to leave me some comments down below and let me know what you learned from this video. And if you like my style of teaching, be sure to visit us at TooTallToby.com/training. We've got a lot of great training programs to help you get better at SolidWorks. And I will look forward to seeing all of you in the next TooTallToby Power Moves.